Hi, choir, and welcome to our first lesson on the rhythm study of How Far I'll Go. In this lesson, we're going to try and present some terms and take you through measures 4 through 23 of the song. That's pages 2 through the top of page 6. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take you over to our District 201 choir page. Going to downloads. I've downloaded already the accompaniment track for How Far I'll Go. So I've got it here in my window, ready to play that along for us. So that will help us with our take, and that's something they could do too. You can also go here and go into our music and click on that PDF, and I already have it loaded here, and I've got the pages that we're studying, the first 4 pages, which is actually page 2, 3, 4, and 5. I did not copy or put page 6 on because it's just one note that we're going to talk about today. So, rhythms of the songs. First of all, we need to make sure that we're knowing which parts of the music we're looking at. So sopranos and altos, you're going to be on this line here. And then when we go to the next page, you'll stay there. Tenors and basses, you only sing this part. That's a reminder if you haven't read music before. So I'll try to keep you through on that as well, or keep reminding you on that. Okay, so a couple things we want to talk about. First of all, a couple terms. One is called syncopation, and that's a musical rhythm accenting a normally weak beat. So what that means is when we look at this first part here of the song, I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember. It means that there's a lot of parts of the song that are not stressed on the beat, but on the offbeat, and it's kind of got that cool rhythm happening. So a lot of the rhythm is stressed on the offbeat. So that's the term I want you to know, syncopation. Another term I want you to know is the verse of a song. You've probably heard this before, but songs contain verses and choruses. So a verse is a repeated section of a song that typically features a new set of lyrics on each repetition. So you can have like 1 verse, 2 verses, 3 verses. You'll see that in our song here. Compared to a chorus section, verses tend to vary more throughout the course of a song. So we'll see that as well. Okay, and the next part, let's go ahead and look at measures 4 through 7. The sopranos and altos say, I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, and then we're going to rest. Tenors and basses, we don't really come into these words of never really knowing why. This is your only part you sing, beat 3 of measure 6. Let me show you where that's at. So here in our music, this is the soprano alto part. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember. And then here's beats 1 and 2 are inside this rest. You don't know that yet. That's cool. This is beat 3. So it's 1, 2, never really knowing why. So that's going to be your rhythm for that. Okay, so let's practice all that with the metronome. And this is going to subdivide in 8th notes. So that means that there's going to be there's going to be 2 clicks for every beat. So let's go ahead and try and say this together. This is sopranos and altos, and then tenors and basses, you come in after this. 1, go. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. And that's the tenor and bass part. Okay, turn that off. That's the first part. Second part, this is measures 8 through 11. Sopranos and altos. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Tenors and basses, you don't sing. You rest for 4 measures or 16 beats. So all the way through measures 8, 9, 10, and 11, you don't say anything, okay? You hang out. That's going to be just the sopranos and altos. So I'll show you what that looks like here. This is going to be all that part. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Okay? So you're out for there. Let's go ahead, sopranos and altos. Let's try that part with the Met. Ready, go. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Try all that again. Ready, go. I wish off I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water off no matter how hard I try. Off. Okay. Very good. Next part will be measures 12 through 15. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. Okay, that's a lot of words. So we really want to try and enunciate that as best we can. Tenors and basses. You're going to have 8 counts of oohs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all an ooh. Then we change our mouth shape to an O for 4 counts. And then finally an ah, but that time that's going to only be for 3 counts. Let me show you what that looks like. So in this part, here's the tenor and bass part. The oohs, those are whole notes. Remember, they get 4 counts apiece. There's another whole note. This is going to be slurred together. I'm going to tell you about that in a second, what a slur is. So we're going to slur those 2 pitches on the O, I'm sorry, ooh, and then 4 counts on O. Again, we're down here at the bottom. Sopranos, you're up here. Stay up there so we can go from here to there. O, and then we're on this ah, and this is a dotted half note, and that gets 3 counts. Okay, so a dot adds half the value to what it's attached to. So in this case, a half note has 2 counts, and you dot it. That means it has 3. A lot of information there. Okay, so here is that part. We'll turn back the metronome on. So tenors and basses, let's try you. Let's say our oohs for 8 counts, O's for 4 counts, and then ah for 3. Ready, go. Ooh, change pitch. Ooh, here's the O. O, 2, 3, 4. Here's ah, ah, off. Okay, and there's just 3 counts on the ah. If you're a soprano or an alto, here is the next part. Here's every turn. Let's say the words in rhythm. Ready, go. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. Off. And notice here where the altos, you're actually having a split part. Altos are actually having a split part where they just say the ah with the tenors and basses there. They leave the sopranos. You can see how the stems are down here, so they're dividing the parts, if you notice that. Okay, and then they're there on this ah part. So a couple of terms that I want you to be familiar with are ties, which we found. I'll show you where that's at, but we have ties and slurs. A tie will connect 2 notes that are the same pitch, and it has this curved line. So what you're doing is you're going to combine those rhythms together. So in this example, you have a chord note and a chord note, and this is a tie that connects those 2 notes. So these each get 1 count apiece. We're going to tie those together, and that means it's 2 total counts. Here, there's a half note and a quarter note. This is 2 counts, and that's 1 count. And we're going to tie that together, making it for 3 total counts, so we combine that together. Okay? And then the next term I want you to be familiar with is something called a slur. Now, a slur will take different pitches and combine them together. So you'll see here this is a higher pitch to a lower pitch, and we connect those to mean that we're not going to re-articulate them. We're not going to emphasize those. They're going to be connected, but we change pitches on that. So that's the difference between a slur. A slur will connect pitches that are different. A tie will connect pitches that are the same. Okay. Going on. The next part is going to be the chorus. And that's when everything kind of comes together, and it's explained as the chorus is the big payoff of the song. It's also where the verse and pre-chorus has been reduced to a simple repeated sentiment. And a big example of what a chorus would be, if you all know the song Let It Be by the Beatles, Let It Be, etc. That's all going to be the chorus. That's a repeated section. It happens multiple times in a song. So hopefully you're familiar with that term. And that's the next part of our song. And it looks like this, and it's going to be at a measure, it's coming in at measure 16. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes, etc. So let's go ahead and try to say all this chorus, and that's going to be the last part. We're going to go all the way to this go, which sopranos and altos have by themselves. Tenors and basses, you're out in that section. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try and say all that part. This is the chorus. Again, it's going to start at measure 16. It's going to take you all the way through page 5 to the top note of page 6. Okay, so metas on, and this is all the same rhythm for the most part. Metas on. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's go. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me off, and no one knows how far it goes off. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me off, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. Okay, so there's a lot of rhythms going on right there. And also a tricky thing is knowing the duration of some of these notes, especially when to put the S in. So looking at the nose, knows how far it goes off. So those are going to be held for a lot longer than you might think. So watch for that. Watch the S on the word knows and goes. Okay, let's try all that again one more time, shall we? Good idea to practice with a metronome. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? Go. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me off, and no one knows how far it goes off. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me off, one day I'll know off. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. Okay, so what I'd like to try now is I'd like to take you through those parts individually, and I'm going to use the play along track. So I'm going to play this part behind me, and I'm going to ask the sopranos and altos to join me first. See, I'll try this one. I have it loaded twice just for that. Oh no, it's not wanting to do that for me. I'm going to go ahead and retry. There we go. And that has a click track. This is going to be faster tempo than we just practiced. Been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember. This is them. Spouse, I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Rest, rest. Every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. Off, see the line with the sea, it calls me off. No one knows just no telling how far I'll go. And then you notice how the men take over there, the tenors and basses, pardon me. Okay, so I didn't do it perfectly, but it's a good idea, or at least a good beginning for that. Okay, let's try that all again, and this time I'll go with the tenor and bass part. So I'll go ahead and put this back and try to say along with me on the click. One more time. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. This is sopranos, altos. Measure 4, measure 5, 2, 3. We go, measure 6, and go. Never really knowing why. Rest, rest. Now tenors, basses, you're just resting through this. Second bar, 2, 3, 4. Third bar of rest, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3. Here's ooh. Second bar, ooh. Here's O for 4. Oh, 3, 4, ah for 3. Ah, go. If I put C, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in the sail on the sea stays behind me, when they all know, then you're done. Okay, cool. And then also notice that you have a long tone on no, where the sopranos change pitches, altos and turns baritone, tenor, bass, you hold that same pitch. So again, I didn't do it perfectly. It's pretty fast for us right now, but it's a good start. And I'm going to stop presenting there. That's a good place for us to start. So I hope that helps a little bit. Obviously, we'll keep reiterating these things as we go along. Using that accompaniment track for sure helps us out with the rhythm. So a lot to it. If you can't get it right away, no big deal. Thanks for trying.